Welcome to Stop Overworking. 9 Time Management Hacks for 2024. Did you know the average person wastes nearly 21.8 hours each week on unproductive activities? That's almost an entire day gone. It's time to take control. In this video, we'll dive into 9 unique and powerful strategies to help you reclaim your time. You'll learn about the 2-minute rule, the Pomodoro Technique, and even how to use your natural energy peaks. We'll also explore how saying no can save your sanity and how tiny changes, or micro-habits, can lead to massive results. Here's a shocking fact: 80% of people feel stressed because of poor time management. Don't be one of them. Stay with us to discover how these hacks can transform your productivity and give you back hours each week. Ready to unlock your time? Let's get started. Chapter 1, the 2-minute rule, decoding efficiency. Let's start with a game changer, the 2-minute rule. This technique is super simple yet incredibly effective. If a task takes 2 minutes or less, do it right away. Think of it as a way to clear the clutter from your to-do list. David Allen, the author of Getting Things Done, popularized this rule. He found that small tasks often take more time to write down than to complete. Research shows that completing tiny tasks can create a sense of accomplishment. It's a psychological boost. For example, responding to an email, making a quick phone call, or tidying up your desk can all fall under the 2-minute rule. By knocking out these quick tasks, you free up mental space for bigger projects. It's like hitting the reset button for your brain. Imagine you receive an email that requires a brief reply. Instead of flagging it for later, respond immediately. It's done, and you can move on. This approach keeps your inbox manageable. According to a McKinsey study, the average professional spends 28% of their workweek managing email. By using the 2-minute rule, you can cut down that time significantly. Another example is organizing files. Instead of letting documents pile up, file them away instantly. This keeps your workspace clutter-free and your mind clear. The cumulative effect of handling these small tasks immediately is enormous. You'll feel less overwhelmed and more in control of your workload. Chapter 2, the Pomodoro Mastery, Harnessing Focus. Next, let's dive into the Pomodoro Technique. Created by Francesco Cirillo in the late 1980s, this method involves working in focused intervals, usually 25 minutes, followed by a short break. It's called Pomodoro after the tomato-shaped kitchen timer Cirillo used. Why does this work? Our brains are wired to focus intensely for short periods. After about 25 minutes, our attention starts to wane. By working in bursts, you maximize concentration and minimize fatigue. Studies show that the Pomodoro technique can boost productivity by up to 40%. Start with a task and set a timer for 25 minutes. Work on the task until the timer goes off. Then, take a 5-minute break. Repeat this cycle 4 times, then take a longer break of 15 to 30 minutes. These short, frequent breaks help maintain mental agility and prevent burnout. One key benefit is that it reduces procrastination. Knowing you only have to work for 25 minutes makes it easier to start. Plus, the ticking clock creates a sense of urgency. This can be especially helpful for tasks you dread or find tedious. Many successful professionals swear by this technique. It helps them maintain a steady workflow without feeling drained. For example, Chris Winfield, a productivity expert, says the Pomodoro technique helped him get more done in less time. He claims it's like having bursts of productivity. Chapter 3, the Eisenhower Matrix, Prioritize like a pro. Now, let's talk about the Eisenhower Matrix. Named after President Dwight D. Eisenhower, this tool helps you prioritize tasks by urgency and importance. Eisenhower once said, "What is important is seldom urgent, and what is urgent is seldom important." The matrix is a simple 2x2 grid. The top left quadrant is for tasks that are both urgent and important. These need immediate attention. The top right is for important but not urgent tasks. These require planning and scheduling. The bottom left is for urgent but not important tasks. These can often be delegated. Finally, the bottom right is for tasks that are neither urgent nor important. These are typically distractions and can be eliminated. Using the Eisenhower matrix can transform your productivity. It helps you focus on what truly matters. For instance, a report due tomorrow is urgent and important. Scheduling a team meeting next week is important but not urgent. Interruptions like phone calls might be urgent but not important. Data supports this approach. According to a study by the Journal of Consumer Research, people often spend too much time on urgent tasks, neglecting important ones. By using this matrix, you can ensure you're working on high-value activities. One unique aspect of the Eisenhower matrix is its flexibility. You can use it daily, weekly, or even monthly. It adapts to your needs. Stephen Covey, author of The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, highlights the importance of prioritizing tasks. He notes that effective people focus on quadrant 2 activities, important but not urgent, because they have the most significant impact. Chapter 4, Batch Processing, Crush Similar Tasks Together. Next up is batch processing. This technique involves grouping similar tasks together and completing them in one go. Think of it like doing laundry, you wouldn't wash each item separately. The same logic applies to work tasks. By batching tasks, you reduce the cognitive load of switching between different activities. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that task switching can reduce productivity by up to 40%. When you batch similar tasks, you stay in the same mental mode, which boosts efficiency. For example, set aside specific times for answering emails instead of checking your inbox constantly. This minimizes interruptions and helps maintain focus. Another example is handling all your phone calls in one session. This way, you're not breaking your concentration throughout the day. Batch processing also applies to creative work. Writers often draft multiple articles or chapters in one sitting. This keeps the creative flow going and improves output. Similarly, if you're creating social media content, plan and design several posts at once. Tim Ferriss, author of The 4-Hour Workweek, advocates for batch processing. He says it's a way to achieve more with less effort. By organizing your tasks into batches, you create a more streamlined workflow. One interesting fact is that batch processing can improve quality. When you focus on one type of task, you become more proficient at it. This leads to better results. So, not only do you save time, but you also enhance the quality of your work. Chapter 5, Time Blocking, Your Ultimate Calendar Hack. Time blocking is another powerful strategy. This method involves scheduling specific blocks of time for different activities. It's like creating appointments with yourself. By assigning a dedicated time slot for each task, you ensure that it gets done. The beauty of time blocking is its simplicity. You can use a physical planner or a digital calendar. Start by blocking out time for essential activities, like work projects, meetings, and breaks. Then, add in time for personal tasks and hobbies. One key benefit of time blocking is that it reduces decision fatigue. When you know exactly what to do and when to do it, you don't waste time deciding your next move. A study by the National Academy of Sciences found that making too many decisions can deplete mental energy. Time blocking helps you avoid this. Cal Newport, author of Deep Work, is a big fan of time blocking. He says it helps him focus on high-priority tasks without distractions. Newport suggests blocking out time for deep work, where you concentrate on complex tasks without interruptions. Another advantage of time blocking is that it creates a sense of urgency. When you see a task on your schedule, you're more likely to start and complete it. This helps you stay on track and meet deadlines. Interestingly, time blocking can also improve work-life balance. By scheduling time for personal activities, you ensure that work doesn't take over your life. This leads to better mental health and overall well-being. Chapter 6, Digital Detox, Reclaim Your Day from Tech. Let's talk about digital detox. In today's tech-driven world, we're constantly bombarded with notifications and digital distractions. A digital detox involves setting boundaries with technology to reclaim your time and focus. Start by identifying your biggest digital distractions. For many, it's social media. The average person spends over 2 hours a day on social media, according to a report by Global Web Index. That's a lot of time that could be spent on more productive activities. One effective strategy is to designate tech-free zones. For example, make your bedroom a no-phone zone. This helps you wind down and sleep better. Another idea is to set specific times for checking emails and social media. Outside these times, stay offline. Arianna Huffington, founder of the Huffington Post, emphasizes the importance of unplugging. In her book Thrive, she shares how a digital detox improved her focus and well-being. She suggests taking regular breaks from technology to recharge. Another tip is to use technology to your advantage. Apps like Forest and Stay Focused help you limit time spent on distracting sites. By setting time limits, you can stay focused on your tasks. Interestingly, a study by the University of California found that taking a digital detox can reduce stress and improve productivity. When you're not constantly checking your phone, you can concentrate better and get more done. Chapter 7, Peak Performance Windows, Work with Your Energy. Let's talk about peak performance windows. Everyone has times during the day when they're most alert and productive. By identifying and working within these windows, you can maximize your efficiency. Research shows that our energy levels fluctuate throughout the day. The American Psychological Association notes that most people have two peak performance windows, mid-morning and late afternoon. These are the times when your brain is most capable of handling complex tasks. To find your peak windows, start by tracking your energy levels. Keep a journal for a week, noting when you feel most energetic and focused. Patterns will emerge, revealing your optimal work times. Once you know your peak windows, schedule high-priority tasks during these times. For example, if you're a morning person, tackle important projects right after breakfast. Use your lower energy periods for routine or less demanding tasks. Daniel Pink, in his book When, The Scientific Secrets of Perfect Timing, emphasizes the importance of aligning tasks with energy levels. He suggests structuring your day to match your natural rhythms for better productivity. One unique fact is that working within your peak windows can enhance creativity. A study by the University of California found that people are more likely to have creative breakthroughs during their peak performance times. By working with your natural energy levels, you can reduce stress and improve your overall performance. This approach helps you stay focused and motivated throughout the day. Chapter 8, The No Strategy, Guarding Your Time. Next, let's discuss the art of saying no. It's a powerful strategy for managing your time and energy. By setting boundaries and declining unnecessary commitments, you can focus on what truly matters. Many people struggle with saying no because they fear disappointing others. However, constantly saying yes can lead to overcommitment and burnout. Warren Buffett famously said, "The difference between successful people and very successful people is that very successful people say no to almost everything." Start by evaluating your current commitments. Identify tasks and projects that don't align with your goals or priorities. Politely decline new requests that add little value to your life or work. One effective way to say no is by offering alternatives. For example, suggest another person who might be better suited for the task. This shows that you're still helpful without overextending yourself. Research shows that learning to say no can improve mental health. A study published in the Journal of Consumer Research found that people who assertively say no experience less stress and higher levels of satisfaction. In her book Essentialism, The Disciplined Pursuit of Less, Greg McKeown argues that saying no is essential for focusing on what's truly important. He suggests using a simple phrase like "I'm afraid I don't have the capacity for that right now." Another tip is to set clear boundaries. For instance, reserve certain hours for focused work and let colleagues know you're unavailable during these times. This helps protect your time and maintain productivity. Chapter 9, Micro Habits, Tiny Changes, Massive Results. Finally, let's explore micro habits. These are small, consistent actions that can lead to significant improvements over time. The idea is to start with tiny changes that are easy to implement and gradually build momentum. One popular example of a micro habit is drinking a glass of water first thing in the morning. It's a simple action that sets a positive tone for the day. Another example is spending just 5 minutes each day decluttering your workspace. The power of micro habits lies in their simplicity. They're so small that they're hard to skip. James Clear, author of Atomic Habits, explains that micro habits can lead to major transformations. He writes, "Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement." Start by identifying areas where you want to make changes. Break down your goals into tiny, manageable actions. For instance, if you want to read more, start with just 1 page a day. Gradually increase the amount as the habit becomes ingrained. Research shows that small habits can have a big impact. A study published in the European Journal of Social Psychology found that it takes about 66 days to form a new habit. By starting small, you make it easier to stick with the habit long enough for it to become automatic. One unique aspect of micro habits is that they can trigger a positive domino effect. Achieving one small goal can motivate you to tackle other areas of your life. This creates a virtuous cycle of continuous improvement.